Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Today, we're gonna do another review for TCC Magic. Right there, it says it right there, TCC Magic. Because we've been working together for a while now. TCC Magic has been a Magic Orthodoxy partner for quite some time. Seems like every time I get to the bottom of the box and I run out of TCC stuff to review, they're quick to send me another box. And case in point, got a bunch of stuff I get to show you in the upcoming weeks. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll even have a second bonus review just for you. Just for you. Shh, don't tell anybody else. Today, we're gonna look at Card to Anything from Axel Vergnod and TCC Magic. What is Card to Anything? Card to Anything is, it's really, timeout. It's deck to anything, right? It's a deck of cards that turns into something else. It's not necessarily card to anything, it's deck to anything. Because what you're gonna do is, you're gonna show a deck of cards, you're gonna place it into the tuck box, wave and snap, and then out comes candy. Or you're gonna show a deck of cards, place it into the tuck box, wave and a snap, and out comes torn up shredded cards. Or you can have a deck of cards, put it into a tuck box, wave and a snap, and out comes a wooden block. Okay, so the tuck box is becoming this transformation device that turns the deck to something else. So it's really deck to anything, okay? And is it what I thought? Yes, it is what I thought. So this is their version of the Vanishing Deck. So Vanishing Deck is a age-old trick. It's been in even a lot of magic kits, beginner magic kits, where you have this like black box that you can kind of see a hole in, and you take your box or your cards and you slide it into the box, and then you wave, and then the tuck box vanishes, right? So in this instance, it's not the tuck box that's vanishing. In this instance, the tuck box is the box. So in the previous version, you slide your tuck box into a box, and in this version, you're sliding the deck of cards into a box. So they're allowing you to transform your tuck case. So you get no tuck case with this. I know normally I would show you the gimmicks and what comes inside, but with this I can't, because it's all gimmicks. There's nothing I can show you that a muggle couldn't see and say, oh, I know what it is, okay? So can't show you anything this time around, okay? But basically you're getting the guts that's gonna go into your tuck case. So does that mean you need a specific tuck case? Yes, you do. You need United States Playing Card Company poker-sized tuck cases that are white on the inside. Okay, so no colored inside tuck cases, no designer tuck cases. Probably bicycle. They tend to be the roomiest, right? Poker-sized tuck case. Once you have that, you'll be able to take these components with a little bit of modification and transform it into what you need, okay? So you're going to do a little bit of modding, and they don't know, right? They don't know if you've got a red tuck case or a blue, okay? So they can't send it to you ready to go. You have to do a little bit of prep yourself. So you'll modify your gimmick to make it look like what you need it to look like. And after that, it's gonna work just like any other shell gimmick trick, where, you know, we've seen the same trick with a Rubik's Cube, right? A Rubik's Cube goes into a box and then out comes candy. Same trick, but this time you're doing it with a deck of cards. So what do you get? You get the box, the outside box that it comes in. You get the gimmick that you need to make the trick work. And then you'll get one reveal item. So I said earlier that you could turn it into candy, or you could turn it into torn pieces, you could turn it into nothing, right? Or you could turn it into a wooden block. So they will actually give you the wooden block that it turns into, which is basically like OmniDeck. So instead of turning, you know, the deck of cards into something that's crystalline and you can see through, this OmniDeck, you're turning it into a wooden block. But in this version, there's no switch. There's no switch. The deck goes into the box and comes out wooden. So pretty cool. How's the video? The video is 35 minutes long. They're going to talk about what you get, the parts to use, like what kind of parts you need on your end. They're going to walk you through the primary gimmick preparation, and then they'll start teaching you some tricks. So the first one, of course, is just a straightforward vanishing deck. The deck goes into the box and it disappears. Then we'll turn the deck into a block of wood. Then we'll turn it into pieces of card. Then we can turn it into candy, and then we can turn the deck into a chosen folded card. And pretty much after you learn how to do it, right, after you learn the process, which I might have even tipped you off already how to do it, right, then it's easy from there. At that point, you're just loading the box with your thing, right, and then it goes from there. So pocket space is just a tuck box, right, but it's not a tuck box that you can use with a real deck of cards. It's a gimmick tuck box. So literally, card to anything, this box, it does one thing. It does one thing, then you'll need to reset it, okay, and then it's over. I would guess at the end of the trick, you're not going to scoop the candy back up inside and put it into the box. You're not going to scoop the broken pieces back up inside and put it into the box. That would kind of give it away. If you did that at a table, you would just leave those pieces out there or that candy out there, and then you'd move on to the next table. But you'd need to reset your gimmick, right? You need to reset it, except for the wooden box. The wooden box is the only one, or the wooden block. That's the only one you wouldn't have to worry about resetting. You could just put the wooden block back in the tuck box, and then you'd be good to go to your next table. So if that's the trick you want to do, that's the trick that comes with it. That's the trick that would have the fastest reset, okay? So inspectability, no, nothing could be inspected. The only thing that could be inspected were the whatever came out, right? The deck really can't even be inspected before the trick starts. So not an inspectable trick. This is an opener, right? A flashy opener or a closer or a one-off, right? Something you're gonna walk around. But difficulty level, easy. Nothing, no hard slides. No difficulty. Like I said, the same trick is included in beginning magic kits. So it's a beginner could do this. Once you put it together, once you set it up, you're golden. So positives, it's a very fun approach, very new, fresh take on the vanishing deck. Certainly makes this trick look more like an upscale trick. Because I think before with the vanishing deck box, the black box, the outer shell. How do you explain it? You explain it as, oh, this is my deck holder, right? But then your deck holder makes the cards vanish. So with this, you at least can turn the deck into something with a story. Negatives, I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same trick, right? And that's probably the only negative to it. I mean, I watched the trailer and I guessed how it was done, and I was right. So I think sometimes when you're right, there's a little bit of a letdown. You're like, oh, I was right. Rats. I don't know. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you're like, hooray, I was right. Me, I'm always kind of like, oh, I was right. Rats. I was hoping it'd be something even more fun or more cooler than that. But yeah, card to anything. You can pick yours up at TCC Magic. That's where you want to go. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, and while I got you here, let's do one more review, right? Why not? Let's do a bonus, okay? So 2 for 1. This is Enigma Stick from TCC Magic. You can pick this up for about $18. You're gonna get the parts and a 14-minute video. What is Enigma Stick? Well, in a nutshell, Enigma Stick is these 2 pieces, okay? And it's sort of a puzzle, sort of a magic trick. It's very similar to the locking toothpick trick. So if you know that effect, it's pretty much done the exact same way. This is the one where you have a toothpick over here between these 2 fingers and a toothpick over here between these 2 fingers, and you show them apart and then you lock them together like that so that you can't get one out from the other. You'll be able to separate them, pull them apart, and then hand everything else out for examination. And again, with your $18, you're gonna get those 2 pieces, right? You'll get the little piece of magic that you need to do the effect. And if you know the locking toothpick trick, you know, right? And the 14-minute video. In the 14-minute video, they're just gonna walk you through what you get, how to do the trick. They're gonna give you like a Harry Houdini style routine to talk about how to make the pieces examinable which isn't hard, and then how to continue to care for the props and maybe even use some magic stuff that is preferable to you that they don't include. So they kind of cover some bases. But like I said, 14 minutes, they don't have a ton of time to cover all of that. But it's a fun little trick, right? It's familiar probably to a lot of us that already do the locking toothpick trick. I guess the danger is that it can end up looking too much like a puzzle and not a magic trick. So it's going to depend highly on your presentation and your pattern. But it's a super fun trick and you can pick it up at TCC Magic. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.